All right. We are live and alive, and I'm going to tell you all about the Starbucks Stanley Cup Drama because, man, this has been the biggest story in the last couple days, and I only feel like it's right for us to discuss this because I feel like there's a lot to be told. And guess what I did? I freaking looked up stuff. I took about an hour earlier today, did a little bit of research on this, thought about it a little bit, so I feel like I have something to bring to the table today. Let me just reset my chat real quickly, and we'll dive right into that as soon as I get, let's see, live chat, and we'll pop it out, and we'll be good to go. We'll get this show on the road. Alrighty. So, the Stanley Cup. I know, might be some of you might like hockey, but we're not talking about hockey. We're talking about the Stanley Cup. Yes, I waited in the lines for this cup. That's a lie? I definitely didn't. I spilled my cup. That's what I did. But anyway, so if you guys, I'm going to give you the quick story on this. So, if you guys don't remember, there was the moment where the Stanley Cup was viral on TikTok because of a girl's car fire. So I'm going to show you that, but I'm also going to real quickly just tell you the current story so you know what's going on, so you have a frame of reference. So it says, Pink Stanley Quencher Starbucks Cup release sparks of mayhem at Target stores. Now, the reason this is crazy is because people went buck wild over this collab cup. And at first, I kind of was thinking, well, what it was the big deal, and I was getting kind of aggravated at like the fact that people were mad. But then it made me think about something. Like back when iPhones weren't like a thing you could just go buy online or things like that, that was like something you waited in line for. And it was like, it's kind of like a similar thing as like when merch wasn't as easily accessible, people would just like, you'd get like the very specific merch and you and your group of friends would have it. And like, you'd see someone in public with it and be like, yo, I got that too. And like, when you're younger, I guess it like makes you, and even now when you're older too, it gives you like a sense of community if you're one of the few people to have this. And the reason there's only so few of them is because each store limited the amount that each person could buy, and they limited the amount that were actually put out in the world. And because of that, people are going to capitalize off it, and they're selling them on eBay, which is another thing I'm going to get into. But let me read you the story. So, the release of the limited pink version of the viral 40-ounce Stanley Quencher drinking cup designs are lead to chaos at multiple Target locations. I'll show you some TikTok clips so you know exactly what I am talking about. So let's see. Social media clips show customers in a frenzy. Blah 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 blah. The cups retail at $49.95. I'm gonna tell you something real quick. This cup right here, this is something I got from someone for Christmas, and it's like a knockoff of it, but it's the same concept. It has the same lid. Mine even came with a straw, and it's got the same handle. You know what I mean? You look at the picture of that one right there, and you look at mine. What's the difference? It's all the same thing. I think this one even has a straw, too. Yep. It's just the same manufacturer. One just has a brand, one doesn't. Like... And this was $12. But it's precisely because of the branding. And branding is a great and not so great thing all at once. A Starbucks spokesperson said in an email there had been an enthusiastic response and that they will not be restocked once they're sold out. And that's another reason why everyone went crazy for them. You don't see this kind of thing in the public so often anymore. Which is kind of sad. I do remember a point in time when you did see this a lot. But let's show you a quick TikTok clip here. And I'm going to have to reset it because I played it earlier. I pre-watched this clip by accident. So Oops. Pulling up to the target. Wait. Dude, 1:45 a.m. Look at this. Dude, 1:45 a.m. And sorry, I know that's small. I'll try to blow it up a little bit. But if you're at 1:45 a.m. for this cup, I get it because what I just described. But the other end of it is like, even if you want to capitalize off it and sell it, there's only like a certain amount you can sell this cup for. And there's not really anyone in the back rooms or anyone that's like going to congratulate you for having this at the end of the day. I hate to be that guy. The guy that's like, you know, like, oh, who cares? And I'm not trying to be like that, but what I am trying to say is that, yeah, no one is going to congratulate you for having this cup at the end of the day. It might be cool you have it. You know, I probably have some things that are limited edition, but the coolness wears off after a while. Now let's go down to this next video here. Oh my god. Okay, let's reset this video. Let's play it. Come with me to get the Stanley Cup. Target passed out tickets. Brother, they passed out tickets for this cup. Just take that into consideration for a second. You had to go to guest services to trade your ticket? Ah! Oh my god. And I get that there's like, don't get me wrong, I do get like the emotional attachment to something like this. I get it. Like I was once that kid, like I said earlier, at the Apple store that like had to be the first freaking 50 people to have the iPhone for my like piggy bank money that I saved up, right? So I do get that end of things, and like, although water bottle is not my cup of tea, it is a nice thing to have. You know, you can always have a water bottle. Those Stanley Cups keep your drink nice and warm. This off-brand cup is certainly kept. It's called Drink Troy's. It's certainly kept my. The old Stanley craze gives me Black Friday vibes, back from when people actually bothered waiting outside stores to get things. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm trying to say here. And they also are like, you can keep your drinks warm, keep your drinks cold. So I understand that, and it has a nice like grip on it, and I don't know, like this water bottle I'll probably have for the next like 6 years. And with the way that things get popular on social media nowadays, makes you almost feel like you have to have something, because like you might have been someone that didn't find out about it, but because you saw it on social media, you want to be a part of that community that has it, right? And that's another aspect of it. But let's watch this other TikTok here. People going crazy. Whoa!
Tried to grab it. Look at them. They're trying to steal. You guys, this is insane.
And this is the stuff that I don't like about. I feel like this is like the nuance that I'm looking for, because this is the kind of stuff that I personally don't like about things being the one and only on the shelf, or the 10 and only, because now this is different. Like back then, I guess it like is kind of the same, but like back then I remember it was like iPhone 4 release day, and then like they would have to tell people halfway through the day, like, don't come out to these stores, someone smashed the glass and tried to rob the store today. But the difference now is that people are on TikTok, and like people want attention, right? They like the attention, so they're going to do things that get attention. So you're going to get people just like that guy who have to disturb people who aren't already not being paid enough, and create a big scene and commotion in front of everyone and dive over. And that's the kind of thing where I'm like, you kind of ruined it for everyone, buddy. Even though I was someone in the middle of this trying to have fun, you kind of ruined it, okay? And that's sad. That's a sad story in and of itself. But let's watch this next TikTok.
Cut the line for the Starbucks Stanley Cup, but we were not having it.
There was no line. You were in a circle over here. Because we already knew our place. But it doesn't matter. It does matter.
It doesn't matter, he said.
We know, right. And you're not getting in.
Dude, this a white guy for sure. Oh my god. Okay, what are you doing cutting lines? You know what I mean? Like, you have to know that there's like, what didn't they even say? I'm pretty sure they openly said there was like, maybe they only said a limited number. They didn't say an exact number. But you have to know, like, if you're at the back of the line during the day, like, no shot. Like, you're not getting one. And even if you do argue with someone, the security is probably going to come up to you and kick your freaking butt out of here. Let's see what happened to him.
The hell is your problem? Like, I'm like,
Everybody here is all respectful of each other. The people who are in the back of the line, they're not up here insisting.
Oh, God, this is really going wild. Look at that, 99K updates on that.
But you know what? They respect that. They respect that.
Target would have made a line if they wanted a line.
There is, and they're inside watching everybody.
See?
The lady in the beige pants ended up hitting the call button to get a manager to come outside.
I understand, but there was no line.
Dude, if these were like third graders, I'd be like, all right, makes sense. But brother, these people are like my age or older. they're definitely like I'm 28. Those people have to be like for sure like 25 and older, like for sure.
How is there no line? There's all these people.
It was a circle. All right, it was a circle, but we were still standing in front. Obviously, hey, we're not arguing. I don't know who was here first.
He is.
Right along the line.
He came up after me, and
Okay.
I knew my place.
When did you get here?
I got here after the blonde.
Okay.
Couldn't even say the time. Society Wars episode 2. Rise of Karens. Oh man, this is a classic. That's funny.
One.
Oh, it's in chronological order.
I was number 8.
Thank you.
Nope.
We were let in at 8 a.m. sharp.
God, it's so sad, dude. People would have like freaking ruined Target. What else happened here?
Cup secured.
Cup secured after all of that. Imagine. I feel like I would have given up on the cup at that point. And keep this all in the back of your head as I go through it because it's gonna be interesting for the eBay segment. I did some research. I went on eBay, and I want to show you guys that. But I think it's important to like see all this. I know you get the hang of it. But so let's just go into here. I have for you some more TikToks. Okay, let's watch them. I'm gonna mute that. So look at this. You can see that they're like setting them up. This person is like shooting a video from like through the doorway. And then that person. So it's like these people are fine unboxing. Okay, here, watch this. Here we go.
You're a fucking loser.
Brother, look at this.
Catch you outside, bro.
Hand it over.
Don't touch me.
No. It's okay. We're gonna call law enforcement.
Holy moly. Yeah, that pink cup is better. Make the Holy Grail gel cure cancer. Ay, ay, ay. You see how old that guy was? This is a stupid cup. What's so special about this cup that people fight over it? Someone said in the comments. I'm going to pull up another video. Man, it ain't no way y'all are. Oh, is this the other end of it? Is this the other side of it? Oh, this was the original one where people are. That's that same guy, yeah. So that was the other side of it. Oh, here's a better shot of the people camping overnight for it. Wild. Now, let me quickly give you the backstory. So, see, Ryan said, I would hate to be one of those retail workers. I don't know how much money they can pay to deal with these people as if working in retail. I know. I think that's another thing I'm not seeing people talk about. And I lightly scratched on it at the beginning of this conversation. But, like, dude, like, the people that work in retail right now, and I've heard this said over and over again on the internet, so I'm not the first. I've heard it said in real life. But, like, even people I know that work in retail, they don't just work that job. Like, they're already pissed off enough that they are having to do that job just to, like, cover their rent, cover whatever it might be, get their, you know, they work paycheck to paycheck. And those people are not being paid enough. And they're already, even on the best day possible, they're walking into their job and they hate it and they're pissed off because they're not getting paid enough. They're pissed, rightfully so. And so to make these people have to go above and beyond and like deal with all this extra shit when they're already stressed out, like there's been a couple times when I worked, I'm not gonna say at like what job, but I worked. There was this one job I worked at, and we had a couple events. And I remember like waiting there for the big event to happen for all these people, to show up. And I'd be stressed out just in those few moments, like how many people are going to come? Like you're waiting for just that big flow of people to walk in. And Target is not used to people walking in like this. And neither is like Starbucks. I'm seeing another video right here as I'm talking about this. I want to play this one real quick. Resale value, 130 max. You pay 50. Yeah, dude. That's nuts. So it's like, I don't like, especially post-COVID, I don't like things that make retail workers have a harder job. Now, let's get into the original thing. So if you guys don't remember, Stanley Cup went viral because of this.
Spills. But what about the milk? It was in a fire yesterday. It still has ice in it.
So you guys remember this, right? The Kia that caught on fire, and then the Stanley Cup was perfectly fine with the water still cold. And then Stanley had commented on this, said, just doing our job. DM, you def need a new one. And lo and behold, they didn't give her just a new cup, did they? Nope. The original story came from when Stanley Brand responded, and now this blasted them off. And I'm going to watch towards the end of this segment. I am going to show you a video on how this brand got blasted off. Because I think that's really interesting context to have too. Chris said, yeah, when I was a teenager, Target was a hot spot for shoplifting Magic, The Gathering. Why is that cut off? Oh, yeah, the cough syrup. I know. Target has always been kind of a hot spot like that. Even TikTok, watch this video.
Hey Danielle, my name is Terrence Riley. I'm the president of Stanley. And we've all seen your video. Wow, what an ordeal. And we're all really glad you're safe. Thanks for sharing the video because, wow, it really shows how our Stanleys are built for life. because what it went through with you, I couldn't think of a better example of our product's quality. But anyway, we're glad you're safe. I've seen a lot of comments that we should send you some Stanleys. Well, we're gonna send you some Stanleys. But there's one more thing. We've never done this before, and we'll probably never do it again, but we'd love to replace your vehicle. Yeah, all of us at Stanley, we'd really like to replace your vehicle. So check your DMs for details. Thanks, be safe, cheers.
I've always been a huge fan.
No, okay. Dude, and that's what's crazy. That got people going crazy. I mean, you can look at the comments here. You can see people, it was the last video. You can see people saying, buying a pink Stanley now, 1000%. Gonna buy my first Stanley now. Definitely buying a Stanley. Now, this is how you market. I'll be buying my first Stanley. Stanley's the GOAT. Which is kind of funny because nowadays, there's just so much of, like, things out there, right? Like, I do remember a point in my life when I was younger when, like, things like Amazon weren't easily accessible. And, like, I'm not trying to be like, wow, back in my day, you know? But I think the reason this is interesting is why I'm giving you this context. Because back, like, before the internet and everything, when you went to the stores, there wasn't, like, a gabillion water bottles. Like, they didn't make this brand's version of this Stanley Cup. You know what I mean? There was, like, you could buy, like Stanley was a brand that I did see on the shelf. There was, like, that other brand that makes, like, coolers that I'm not thinking of. There was, like, that little kid brand that made cups. There was, like, a few brands that made cups that you could buy. And I remember going to, like, soccer games, and people universally have, like, the same bottles. And so with the level of, like, production of things now, it was a good boost for them to come back and be like, hey, Stanley, we're back. And so look at this, these people, not me trying to choose between Stanley. So let's show you the next video.
I've always been a huge fan of Stanley. I had many Stanleys before this. When I first spoke to them after the TikTok and spoke to Terrence directly, the amount of support they gave me and just making sure that I'm comfortable with everything going on, that was their main priority, and that meant the world to me. I've never had a brand new car in my entire life. I cannot believe this happened. As we all know, social media can be super scary. So to know that Terrence specifically was like, I support you in whatever you want to do, just made me feel really comfortable and made me love the company even more. Still has ice in it.
I didn't pre-watch that. That's the first time I've seen that. I try not to pre-watch too much, by the way. There was a couple clips that I saw earlier, like parts of, but I try not to pre-watch for my live streams just because I want to have like a very raw reaction to stuff. And I think that's really important. But yeah, look at this. This story is why I bought a Stanley. Let's see what Ryan said. I'm just glad that no one tried to burn their cars to get attention because this is the internet and people are doing crazier things for less. Yeah, you know, I think the reason people didn't is because he said this is the only time. So he protected his own brand by saying that. Because if he didn't say this is the only time, brother, like people would have burned their cars. I'm actually serious when I say this. I could probably find the video. I don't want to go on like a digging mission right now, but if you want, if you go on TikTok, I do remember seeing like another car that had burned down, but there was no Stanley in it. And then someone like brought their Stanley into it. It was a weird video. I remember because I was trying to show my mom the video of it when it first came out. And I accidentally had showed her this video and she was like, wait, what? And then I realized it was the wrong video. So I remember a couple people were like trying to be that girl or like being like, oh, I could get a car too. But then people were getting mad in the comments. People were like, this ain't it, bro. Like, and so it's good, you know, people recognize that this is
I've always been
very much a one-off situation here. And they gave her a Mazda too. That's what's crazy. Like they gave her a literal Mazda. I should point that way. They gave her a literal Mazda, which is freaking so wild. Let's see here. So yeah, I just found this whole thing to be absolutely insane. Now let's go over to the eBay segment. So I should have cut to this earlier, but this is now, after all that PR they have and how popular Stanley is, people can now sell these bottles for $300 on eBay. Last one, 62 watchers. Let that sink in for a second. Let it sink in that I also have the same exact cup. But I'm not in the community, okay? So these people are cooler than me. And I say that seriously and sarcastically at once. Stanley Starbucks tumbler, new in hand, $220. Yeah, dude. So people are like capitalizing off of this, which I get. You know what I mean? Like, people have sold me things that are expensive for cheap before, and I've like flipped it. Like that was how I used to make money as a little kid. I would flip things on eBay all the time. I was like a professional flipper as a kid, and I didn't even know what I was doing. So then are people buying them because the company earned their respect or something? If no free card, then why steal one? Unless it's on eBay. Yeah, because they're trying to steal them and make money off them because they know the value of them. That's all it is. But people are buying them because it's a combination of the respect and because of the community of people that are interested in this. And because I don't know if you were here at the beginning of the stream, but I had said something about how, like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is people in other countries have a better take on this. But at least in the U.S., in Illinois, where I'm from, I cannot personally recall the last time I woke up to news like, there's only 50 of these at X store, get them while you can. Like, the last time something like that happened was like the local like cookie place, and they were like, oh yeah, we're selling our like freaking pretzel marshmallow cookie between like 12 to 2 today, and that's it. Like, dumb shit like that, where it's not like a feasible item that you can like keep for years, right? So I think that's part of it. Also, I should try to find this. I should try to Stanley Cup label. Let me see if I can find this video. There was this girl that I saw that was like, let's see. There was this girl that I saw today who was like taking the cup, and she like removed the label and like refreshened the cup and all this, and like made it so that if it gets water on it, it doesn't get ruined. I don't know. It was a crazy video, but people are like going way. Let's see. People are going like way overboard with this. Okay, if I find it, I'll come right back to it. But here, take a look at eBay still. So then look at this. Look at what people are doing. Look. From China, ladies. People are trying to sell like lookalikes or whatever. So it's getting confusing. Like, this is not it. Someone's selling this for $330. Okay, maybe this is it. But like, that's the thing now. It's like, how can you even tell which one is it, which one isn't? And then people are trying to sell like different versions of it, like China knockoffs like this. And it's like, I don't know, dude. I just, this is going to die off. That's why I wanted to come on stream and talk about it. Because after all, this is going to die off. And it's not, that's how fads work, right? They're here and they're, let me see. Here, give me a, let's see. I think and I think I can find it. Give me 10 seconds to find this real quick. I'm gonna give me like not that long at all to find this. Okay. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, I don't know if I'll be able to find it, but let's go in and watch this video about this, because I do think this is an interesting piece to the whole story. How Stanley turned a 110-year-old water bottle into a $750 million business. Dude, Stanley is making freaking money now. I'll go Stanley Cups. Stanley Cup bottle. Like, they're selling their bottles on their site. Let's see how much they're even selling them for real quick. They're going between 50, 45, so it's like 35 to 50 bucks because the demand is so high for these things. I mean, that's kind of a sick water bottle right there. 15% off your order. I mean, they do make cool bottles, right? But wrong screen. I'm showing you my freaking thumbnail. Good job, Max. So let's just watch. Let's watch this video and discuss this a little bit. How Stanley turned a 110-year-old water bottle into a $750 million business. Shocking, right? Because it's a water bottle.
It costs $45, comes in dozens of colors, and sells out in minutes. So how did it become one of the most popular water bottles in the world? Stanley, the 110-year-old drinkware company based in Seattle, Washington, has seen its Quencher H2.0 flow state skyrocket in sales over the past 3 years, spiking the company's annual revenue from $70 million in 2019 to a projected $750 million in 2023.
I mean, to give you a frame of reference real quick, that is a huge, like, I don't care. I'm not much of one to like be like nerdy into this stuff, and I know some of you might think this is like nerdy or something, but to give you a frame of reference, it really puts things into perspective when you see those numbers. Like, that's not, I don't even know how to put that to you. Like, that's like an unimaginable growth.
But when the Quencher was launched in 2016, it wasn't exactly flying off shelves. The popularity of the Stanley Quenchers can be credited to a key pivot in 2020.
When I joined, I realized that this could be something that in the right hands, with new colors, materials, and finishes, could be something that catches the eye of a new consumer, and that is exactly what happened.
Here's how a viral water bottle turned a 110-year-old company into a $750 million success.
I'm guessing they're going to show those TikToks I showed.
Stanley's story starts in 1913.
No.
When electrical engineer William Stanley Jr. patented the first vacuum-sealed water bottle made of steel. At the time, vacuum-sealed water bottles were made with glass and were fragile. These bottles were mass-produced and called the classic legendary bottle. The marketing for Stanley's legendary bottle was largely to one demographic: men.
Sad. No women. Sad.
It wasn't until 2007 that Stanley made
Stanley was misogynistic back then.
a new product, a flask. Then in 2014, it released a barware line. And in 2016, the iconic Quencher was added to the brand lineup. The Quencher was the 1913 classic legendary bottle flipped on its head. It sports a large handle and a tapered design that fits perfectly in car cup holders. The Quencher was only available in 5 colors and took a backseat to more popular bottles like Hydro Flasks, Yetis, or Swells.
I fell in love with the cup before it was a well-known commodity or before it was ever shared online, just because of the practical applications to my daily life.
Ashley loved her Stanley Quencher so much that she shared it on a site she runs with 2 other mothers called The Buy Guide. They were a huge hit on the site, but the bottles got harder and harder to find. Stanley had stopped restocking and promoting the Quencher in 2019 due to poor performance, but the team at The Buy Guide felt the cup had potential with a new consumer group.
At the time, there was nothing that had all of the features that we liked about the Quencher, so we weren't willing to let it go.
The Buy Guide team sent one of the beloved bottles to the Bachelor alum Emily Maynard, and almost immediately, the Quencher went viral. In 2019, the team at the Buy Guide bought 5,000 Quenchers to sell on the site. Within 5 days, the cups were sold out. Stanley ended 2019 with a revenue of $70 million. Although the Quencher was getting some traction, the company's iconic classic legendary bottle in Hammertone Green was still its best-selling product that year. But changes were on the horizon. In May 2020, Terrence Riley was hired as Stanley's global president. Riley came from a chief marketing role at Crocs, where he worked with the once-hated...
I mean, yeah, it's like literally all marketing. He just sat here and switched up the freaking water bottle.
Clog that became an internet sensation, and he immediately saw the factors holding the quencher back from its own potential.
There was no effort being put forth to send the quencher to the stratosphere, which is where it is today. And there was no new colors, which wasn't exciting audiences anywhere. And one of my colleagues, Lauren Solomon, mentioned that there was...
I will say that it is kind of weird when you think about it, like how exciting colors are. You don't really think about it in your day-to-day life until you have something that's a new color. Like, colors are just bizarre in the way that works, where it's like you can have like a black water bottle, and that can be your good water bottle you've always had, and it keeps your coffee warm, it keeps your water cold, and it's like the best thing you've ever had. But then someone one day gives you an orange water bottle, and you're like, this isn't my black water bottle. I don't like it. It's bright. I don't like bright things. And then a day goes by, another day goes by, and you find yourself wanting to use this bright water bottle because it's different than what you've had before, or maybe it sticks out compared to what your friends have, or it's something that you found some kind of enjoyment in. And for me, I kind of have found that with this white cup right here. I'm like, I found that also with this sweater. I don't wear sweaters like this very often. I'm normally wearing some pretty dark colors, as you may have noticed on my stream, colors like this, dark greens. You'll catch me wearing black oftentimes. Sometimes on a rare occasion, white. But then all of a sudden when the new colors are in front of me and I'm like, oh my God, I kind of like this now. Oh, wait a minute. I like this. So it's like, it's weird. It's a weird psychology thing, man.
There's a group of women in Utah who are the Buy Guide, and that they had taken a liking to our 40-ounce tumbler. And my experience at Crocs told me that...
I have to say this, too. I took a graphic design class in high school way back, and one thing they taught us in there is, like, how colors, when you're making a graphic, how colors can make you feel as far as, like, hungry or thirsty or whatever it is. Or what our brain tells us certain colors are like associated with. And it's literally a psychology thing. Like it's freaking nuts. Like it's something about the color of a water bottle that would make you like thirstier, or something about the way that there's like other things. It's like something about the handle and how easy it is to grab makes you feel like you have to grab it more so that you're drinking more water. Like, there's things that you aren't thinking about. You're just like, oh, I'm grabbing my cup, I'm drinking. Or, like, the fact that it has a straw in it, right? Like, without the straw, there would be less times that I would drink out of this water bottle because I'd have to every time turn this thing. And I'd have to be like... And then, like, all right, finish your conversation. Wait, what? You know what I mean? Whereas, like, oh, I just spilled. See, you even spilled on yourself. That's the other thing. Now look at that. Nice spill spot. But then there's a straw in it, and I'm like, holy crap. I can just grab it, sip. It's just like, it's so weird. Like how red apparently makes you feel hungrier. Yep, and that's precisely why McDonald's has red in their logo, for that exact reason. It's all psychology, man. It's marketing, it's psychology. These people are smart. So when you're listening to this stuff, try to like think about things like that, because sometimes when you hear this kind of thing, it seems boring, and you're like, oh, he's just a nerd that like knows shit or whatever, you know.
That kind of influencer opportunity was just the magic that Stanley might need, and we were right.
The Buy Guide and Stanley reconnected and worked out an affiliated marketing deal that would feature new quencher colors.
Some of the old school Stanley people had a very difficult time with the idea of a pastel colored cup. It just sort of felt like we were going against everything that their brand identity stood for. But we felt really strongly that for a working mom to take her Stanley all day to hydrate her throughout her day does not in any way illustrate less strength than somebody taking a water bottle on a hike.
They had a keen eye for what colors might work for their audience. and they were right.
After its launch in November 2020, the new cups sold out within 3 weeks. With the new refined focus, Stanley set out to attract new customers with new products and colors, but still stay true to its origins.
We obsessed what was happening with color outside of the drinkware industry and inside of style and fashion. As soon as we changed color, we started to change.
Oh my God,
the
what happened to my
trajectory
mouse?
of-
My mouse just stopped working. Oh, there it goes back. That's another thing that, okay, and it sounds weird coming out of my mouth as a guy saying this because it's not something that I think about, but I know women think about this, particularly because women are definitely more into fashion than men are. I mean, not in all cases, but you know, women have grown up like with fashion at the forefront and like how they look at the forefront of their minds. Will Stanley Cup become the new cryptocurrency? I was thinking about that when this morning because it reminded me of like the popular when NFT and crypto and all that went crazy, and then now no one cares about it. So yeah, to your point, yeah, probably will be like that. But what I was saying as far as fashion, like oftentimes like you'll see women that are like they want to like I think it's like people call it like accessorizing or whatever, where it's like they'd want to have like a white cup because their hoodie's white or something. You know what I mean? Like, or they'll be like wearing like a whole pink outfit and they got to have like the pink water bottle that goes with it for like aesthetic purposes. Like us as dudes, we don't like, I mean, I guess some guys care, but not as many of us fellas are like, hey brother, I think I'm going to go my blue cup to match my blue shirt today. You know what I mean?
Of this brand and our company.
At the end of 2020, Stanley had released 2 new quencher colors, Cream and Desert Sage. Sales increased and the company ended 2020 with a revenue of $94 million, but Stanley's classic legendary bottle remained as his best seller.
So it was a slow build over many months, and then you could see that the waiting lists began to grow, and that allowed us to forecast better and bring in the right amount of products while still having some scarcity to create the fun and the frenzy and the demand.
The water bottle company spent 2021 releasing 10 new quencher colors and experimenting with different forms of marketing. As sales of the quencher kept going up, Stanley took its numbers proving the quencher was a success to big retailers like Target, Dick's Sporting Goods, and REI. The stainless steel cups found their way to the front of stores and regularly sold out. Experts say social media could be a huge reason why.
Our data regularly shows that brands that go viral online perform much better among social media users on key metrics like favorability, brand awareness, purchase consideration.
History was made when Stanley's
and this kind of goes back to the other conversation that I had about this with, and I feel like I'm a broken record. I've said this a bunch of times, but I'm going to try to preface it differently this time. Because there is a little bit of a different approach to it. Like, okay, I'm trying to think of someone that people in my community on here might know of, or maybe people have seen. Like, think about, let's use like Danny Gonzalez or Curtis Connor, for example. Like, if you watch one of their videos, not when they're doing an ad, like I know that they do like HelloFresh ads and Air Up and all that, but like, what if they weren't doing an ad and in their video you saw Curtis Connor drinking out of a Stanley Cup, right? But he wasn't promoting it. You'd want to, like, if you were really like a big fan of his, you'd want to be just like him. You're going to go out of your way to do whatever you can to grab it, every little thing that he does to do, right? It's like the Taylor Swift effect. Like, I know it's a big deal with the Taylor Swift community. People want to wear the same dresses she wears. People want to say the same thing she says. Things like that. And so when people that are your favorite, Maria's in here. What's up? I think you caught the end of the I'm like getting towards the end of the water bottle segment. You can always rewatch later. I'm at the part where I'm just like talking about the business behind these Stanley Cups outside of the viral TikTok clip. But yeah, if you saw like, for example, like Curtis or Danny with one, you'd feel an incentive to go out of your way to go buy one, right? So I think that's what they're talking about here.
2021 revenue racked up to $194 million, a $100 million difference than the year before. And the classic legendary bottle's reign as the #1 seller came to an end. That year, the 40-ounce Quencher travel tumbler in its new cream color was the company's new best-selling product.
Oh, you know what? Maria, correct me if I'm wrong. Did I get on here late or too early? I thought I came on here at 9 your time. Maybe I didn't. Let me know. Leave me a comment. Let me know.
Something happened and it went viral, like a lot of things on social media, and it just took off.
I saw a video of a plain white Stanley on TikTok, and I told my boyfriend, I was like, we need to find this.
I first heard about it on TikTok, liked the style, and I thought it would fit into, like, going to the gym.
Boom. Boom. What did I say earlier? It's 9 right now. Oh, you're on the same time zone as I am. I was thinking because I went on at 9 o'clock, or was I going on at 10 in Florida? Maybe I got confused. That's my bad. I messed up. My fault. I'll go on at 9. I'll go on at 9 my time. Noted. I came on an hour early. That's my fault. I apologize. I will come on at 9 my time now. Because I just came back from Florida, so I had my times flip-flop in my head. I got behind an hour, and really I should have been ahead an hour mentally, but I wasn't. That threw me off. I won't be on here tomorrow, but that's something everyone should know. Will not be on here tomorrow. I will be working at this hour tomorrow night. But I think the next day, let me see something here real quick. Today, let me look. The next day I might also miss. So if anything, I may do early stream tomorrow, or maybe I'll do video tomorrow potentially. And then I'll be filming on Saturday at this time as well. And I'm gonna miss the night streams the next few days. I'm sorry. Monday and Tuesday I'll be back. So Monday and Tuesday after this, I'll be back because I work at the exact stream time the next few nights. I'm shooting videos of some bands. That's what I do. But back to this video. So this girl right here.
And I thought it would fit into going to the gym.
Yeah. So that was what I said earlier. Women in particular, and some guys for that matter, like to match stuff with their gym outfits or whatever it is, because it's an aesthetic thing. It makes you feel good and it's a fun thing to do.
The first half of 2020, the Quencher rolled out in 12 new colors and 3 new sizes. The Quencher teamed up with companies like Olay and Starbucks for limited edition collaborations. Tumblers were flying off shelves and selling out online so quickly that there was a limit of 2 per order enforced on each purchase.
Wait, no shot. So they even had to limit them online. Dude, TikTok, there was something about especially during COVID. I have so many nail pops in my ceiling. There was something about during COVID that made people extra overly influenced by stuff, I feel like, right?
It is extremely rare for such an old brand to be able to have this sort of reinvention, especially with such a niche consumer segment. That is so diametrically opposed from what it is historically been known for.
As the bottles were getting into more hands than ever, consumers were asking the company for changes to the internet's favorite water bottle to better fit their needs.
When we redesigned the Flow State H2O Quencher, it was the first time that we put on new principles of design in action.
The Quencher H2.0 Flow State Tumbler launched in September 2022 with upgrades like a spill-proof design, a larger handle, and new colors and finishes. The H2.0 ended 2022 as the company's best-selling product, and Stanley's sales exploded to $402 million.
Dude.
And the brand continued to go viral on TikTok.
Stanley did a great job.
I didn't even know, this whole time, lo and behold, I did not know they were, going viral before the car video. You know what I mean? I had no idea. So, yeah, see how this girl, matches her nails with the cup? See that?
of picking up on virality of their product on TikTok and investing in it further. So just a few months ago, they tapped an agency as their dedicated TikTok agency, which is something that not a lot of brands are doing at the moment.
In 2023, Stanley launched Stanley Creates, where customers can create custom designs for their quencher online. Stanley also had collaboration.
Now that's sick. Imagine having your brand. Imagine having your brand on the cup, and then you're like drinking out of your cup, and you're like that. That's pretty sick.
With country
but you
music
know it's
star
Stanley
Lainey Wilson that sold out in less than 25 minutes. And a holiday collection with Starbucks that also very quickly sold out.
We're gonna go hunt for the
25
red
minutes?
Starbucks X Stanley.
Right here. I literally walked in at 5 a.m. when they opened, got here early, and this was the last one on the shelf. I am so freaking excited.
Stanley is on track to finish 2023 with a revenue of $750 million.
Brother.
That's a 300% growth.
Brother, that 700, just let that number sink in. This is the second time I've said this on this stream, but let that number sink into your brain. 750 million. And I know that's like it's a company, so it gets broken down and like, you know, you pay the workers, you pay this, and but still, at year's end, just let that number sink in. That's insane.
Growth since 2019. The H2.0 Quencher was its best-selling product for the second year in a row. Today, the Quencher is available in dozens of colors, and since its launch in 2016, over 10 million Quenchers have been sold.
We are a 110-year-old overnight success, and so the entire Stanley brand has benefited from the Quencher trend, and certainly our heritage products have regained their velocity and their place in culture and in serving the needs of consumers.
And although sites like TikTok have been huge...
Dude, shout out to, I mean, literally, had it not been for, like, any women at all, like, this brand would have been nothing. Like, it was, like, women on TikTok that were, like, making it pop off, and look at who made it pop off again in that other video.
Drivers in Stanley's success. They could potentially harm Stanley, too.
There is inherent risk to
There's a fella.
attaching yourself super closely to one social media platform, especially a platform that's under increased scrutiny by lawmakers, and keeping that line of communication open to consumers across many different platforms is the best safeguard.
Dude, is that ice cream?
For brands from immediately losing an audience if a platform like TikTok were to get banned in the United States.
Fans like Emily say they will be Stanley users for life.
Stanley just came out with everything that I love.
When you think of Stanley, you think of, you know, good quality and good colors, and they're always coming out with something new.
Even when they go out of style, I see myself having my Stanleys forever just because I love them so much.
But to Stanley, its 110-year-old history and additional products would prevent it from being just a fad.
When you bring originality, legacy, and relevancy together, it's unstoppable. I like to say we've turned the Quencher from a product into a franchise and now an icon.
We've been here for over a century, so the
Dude,
Quencher trend is certainly...
does this owner, does he just sit in this room all day? This is what he's doing. When everyone else is like working, he's just sitting there and he's like... I'm just kidding. It's just funny he's always in this room.
Over a century. So the Quencher trend is certainly exciting, but we're more than just the Quencher. We have a variety of categories that will...
Quencher? I hardly even know her. Bruh. My sounds aren't working. Had to say it. Had to do it. Someone had to do it.
Will fuel Stanley's growth for years to come. Well, I'm really excited about the present, of course, but the future is so bright.
The owner of that kind of looks like Vampire from The Sims. That's funny. I wonder why this isn't even freaking working now. No. Yeah, so, dude, this whole thing, It's
February 12th,
oh,
2020.
Temu. Yeah, dude. So this whole water bottle. I hope that explained everything. I hope that all like makes a lot of sense. I was gonna show you guys something else at the end of this stream. Oh, I don't know why. I always like doing this. Hopefully, do you guys like? Let me know in the comments. I feel like my streams. I'm like I like to stay on topic to like one thing, but then I like to like at the end just branch off on something random. Let me know what you think about that. But I was like literally looking for Stanley Cup TikToks, and while I was doing that, I found this video, and it like reminded me of like the weirdos on TikTok. I have to put this video in. I have to get my switcher to work real quickly. We're having streamer problems. The streamer's switcher just decided to not work on them. Let me see if I can stream deck. Here we go. Okay. There we go. We're back in biz. All right. Watch this TikTok. And I know it's an old video.
Slowly put it into my mouth. I don't think that's appropriate for this call. Let's stop.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Wait, what?
You don't think that's appropriate for this call?
Well, what was happening? I just thought,
Were you looking down my shirt?
What? I was doing a magic trick.
I was literally grabbing the form that you
Dude, look how old those guys are.
guys asked for. I shouldn't have to apologize for
It's almost like baffling.
what you want, Sam. Like, is this what you wanted me to do?
No. I'm gay. Like that.
I don't remember Dylan looking down my shirt.
Ever.
All right, let's all just take a breather. Sam, apologize to them.
I'm sorry, Isley,
For what?
for the miscommunication that's happening.
And I slowly put it into my mouth.
Why? Heaven forbid this woman reaches for something. Look at this. How about wearing something work appropriate? This is like the weird side of TikTok. Look at these comments. That's not appropriate clothes for work. I love this. Ha 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 ha. Her boobs were in the camera. What? Like, people freak out. They see like the littlest bit of boob on the internet and they're like, oh, woman not allowed to have boob on internet. Like, no looking down the screen. She put her boobs on the screen. Sorry for the guys I haven't, like, this dude, it's like the weirdest side of TikTok. I sometimes don't even like discussing this stuff, but I
don't think that's a
somehow
put it into my mouth.
Somehow I found that when I accidentally typed in Stanley, and that's what came up. I don't know why that came up when I searched Stanley.
Messy as
But yeah, that was the weird funky biz that I saw. Also too, okay, there's a couple things I want to also leave you guys with. There was a video I watched recently that was really interesting. This one right here. Why Temu? Oh, Maria, I have something to tell you, by the way. Why Temu is a nightmare. This is a very interesting video. I highly suggest you watch it. And I feel like I always recommend a content creator too at the end of my stream. So this is who I'm gonna recommend to you guys that you watch. It's because I've never seen him before. Yep, probably. That's probably the reason why. They're incels. It's a classic incel community. Denims is who you have to watch. I've been watching Denim streams like pretty much daily. Denims is a great creator. Like social commentary and like a little bit of politics. She's like the less political version of Hassan, but still talks about politics sometimes. But she makes her whole stream is fun. She does like a lot of like reacts and stuff. Big Denims fan. Bingo, you brought me to the last thing. So, isn't Temu's being investigated? Yeah. That's why that video is interesting, because they're like a scammy brand. Okay, Maria, I'm really glad you just said that. So let me see if I can, here. I have to like present a comment to you real quickly. Okay. Here we go. This is the comment I got. So I did look into it a little bit, and it seems like this comment holds some truth. But this person said, I hate Stephanie Rotten Mango. This is drama in and of itself. I hate Stephanie Sue Rotten Mango. Her exploitation of true crime topics, the mukbang she used to make, she's not a good person. She changed her name to Rotten Mango for some reason. It has nothing to do with her or her content. It was just to separate her from her channel and controversies. There's some true crime down. I watch Kendall Ray. I used to watch after she's into conspiracies and not being thorough. To the thing about people not being thorough, and I know has nothing to do with Rotten Mango, I feel like it's a weird divide on YouTube now where there's like two groups of people now. There used to be like three. Now it's two. It's like you have to be really descriptive and really, really get into it, or you have to be someone who scrapes on the surface and just quickly dives into it and gets out of there. And both of those things do really well on the internet. But if you're kind of like the person that does what you used to do, people yell at you more and are like, just cut to the point. Like, I've seen it on a small scale on my channel. So it's a weird thing. It's very weird. And a lot of people shift their content because of it. But anyway, what do you think about that, Maria? I'm curious. Because then I looked into it a little bit, and it does look like she had to change her channel name, and I saw some of the mukbangs she used to make. I didn't get much information on the she's not a good person end of it. I couldn't really find anything on that. Not to say that isn't true. But this person has commented some other stuff in my videos before that got me thinking. I said, think interesting. So yeah, I said pretty alarming. Thanks for commenting that. And I only knew she had a true crime podcast. Yeah, now I only sub to True Crime Daily because it feels more ethical because at least it's an actual news station, but that's the main one I watch. And that's the one where I was trying to tell you guys what I was watching. That was what I was watching. I got into True Crime Daily out of nowhere. So yeah, I don't know. And I don't put that comment out there to like put this person on blast or anything like that. Spilt Bong Water, for the record, has commented some stuff on my channel before that held a lot of truth. That I ended up looking into and was like, oh crap. So I've from previous comment, I'm taking the comment I'm taking the comment to heart kind of. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. I only knew she did a true crime podcast. So I don't know. Maybe there's like, here, let's see. Maybe I'll do a quick Google search on this, like Rotten Mango. Maybe there's like drama or something. Let's see, Rotten Mango. Oh my god, look at this thumbnail, look. Oh god, wait. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hang on. I think we're missing out on something, guys. I think we're missing out on something. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hang on.
Close my fans, like.
Give me a quick sec. I have to find this. Hang on. What? Oh no.
Hi, I'm Zoe Gong. As a traditional Chinese medicine.
Hang on. I think there's a new Colleen video. Yeah, maybe I'll make a video on it. Oh god.
like I do. But I wanted to post a video for you guys. I didn't want to leave you hanging, and probably gonna take me a minute to edit like a full-blown vlog because I've just been trying to take it easy. I haven't been like fully vlogging every day recently. I've just been enjoying my
In the description, calling about a safe, inclusive, positive space.
family, and I've been going through some weird like health type things, just lady problems, and nothing to be concerned about. I'm totally fine, but I've just needed to like take a minute, so that's what I've been doing. But I didn't want to leave y'all empty-handed because I'm sure so many of you were just desperate to see my face in the beginning of 2024. Like, here it is in all its glory. But I wanted to just say hello and show you
Why do I feel like when she's sitting down here, she's gonna say something?
a few clips that I have filmed over the past few days, just cute little moments. But I'm gonna start vlogging again probably pretty soon. I don't think I'm gonna be vlogging every day like I always have. It's just a bit too much, and there's other things that I really want to do in 2024, and so I'm gonna need to divide my energy between vlogging and sharing my life with you guys, and also trying to do some other new things. But I can't believe it's 2024. Holy smokes. Goodbye.
Okay, I'm gonna have to later on watch that. Maybe I'll do a video on it. It seems like she said some stuff in here that, because I mean, look at the. I'm not losing my mind. Look at this. I'm gonna have to go through it later on and maybe cut a video together tomorrow about this. 9.4K down dudes. I'll just see what the comments are saying. Let's see, sort by newest first. Interesting. Good, no. I managed to forget Colleen existed. Okay, on that note, I will back out of that. I saw these. Look at this. This is what I saw on my screen. Like when I said that, I was like, I think we're missing out on something. This was what was in front of me. I saw reflecting on 2023, Colleen Ballinger speaks out about cancellation. Maybe Spill Sesh has a better summary of it. Let's get off the Colleen Ballinger screen. Also, Valkyrie is going on right now. Oh my god, look at this. Wait, let's check this out.
If you have not tried
their... Hang on. Let's check this.
Yeah, I saw Night Swim tonight.
Oh man.
We'll talk about it.
That's a channel classic. Go to X. Oh no. Let's quickly read that and then I'll get out of here. Why can't she get people clearly don't want her there? I don't know if it's just me, but those comments seem weirdly positive. I was thinking that too, which is why I immediately was like, let me look at this on my own accord before I start making comments on it, because I don't want to say things that I have no context on. But I think they were positive because there are people after all, through all of what she's been through, that still actually support her. I'm thinking that's what we were seeing down there. People being like, well, I'm glad you found a safe space, Colleen, or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like, I'll admit this. Like, even at the beginning, when she had said something about, like, I've been trying to find out something that makes me feel happy or better, whatever it was. Like, there was a part in my brain, the empath part of my brain, that was kind of like, you felt bad for that little second. And then you were like, no. You know what I mean? If you're like an empath, it's just kind of how your brain works and operates in those moments. Dude, this is a channel classic. I have to read this tweet. This is like another video of mine. It's a very classic video on my channel. Oh my god, brother. Let's look at this. Oh my goodness. Yeah, people definitely don't want her on the internet. Today I'm incredibly happy. I'm delivering my promise to buy back base egg and crypto for the original purchase price. Let's buy back. Oh my god, is he like shilling crypto? I approached the Crypto Zoo project like everything else I am passionate about. with only the best possible intended success for everyone assured. I never made a single penny from the project. In fact, the opposite is true. I spent hundreds of dollars trying to make it happen. With this buyback program committing a 2.3 million buyback base eggs, I don't even know what that means. Every person who intended to play Crypto Zoo. I was disappointed the game was not delivered. As I said a year ago, was derailed by bad actors, but I thought CoffeeZilla debunked this whole thing. Bad actors who did steal money betray our team while intentionally sabotaging the game. This has now been confirmed by an extensive investigation that has involved forensic analysis of blockchain activity. And with this evidence in mind, I have filed a lawsuit in federal court in Texas to hold these bad actors. Oh my God. Here we go again. 25-page law. He dropped the lawsuit on us like that? What in the world? I'm not going to even go through this. This is insane. Not that I'm not going to go through it because I'm just I'm personally not smart enough to be able to go through this and pick things out to go, yeah, this and that. You know what I mean? The lawsuit is not based on snippets of conversation taken out of context. The lawsuit is a result. Why do I feel like he's overcompensating? This feels like so many words. CoffeeZilla did debunk the whole thing, and apparently Logan is yet to refund a lot of people. That's what I thought. That's why I'm so... that's why I'm torn over this. The lawsuit and extensive that included a review of the entirety of conversations and tracking nefarious trading activity related to the project. Nefarious trading activity has taken all our background knowledge. Why does he talk like this? He's talking weird again. And with the intention of defrauding us all. Just talk like a person, dude. As far as the game itself, unfortunately, it will not... Wait, what? I've already spent $400,000 to have it developed, and after its completion in early 2023 and its further due diligence, unfortunately, there are too many regularly hurdles that would need it to be cleared. I did not originally understand it would ultimately delay the buyback even further. Sorry about Rotten Mango. I had no idea about the other stuff. Don't worry about that. I'm going to look into it a little bit more. I feel like I should, maybe in a little bit, I should just look into some other stuff here. It was not intended as an investment vehicle as outlined in the original white paper, but he still owes people money. The solution is anything but simple, but I want to thank everyone for their patience. We figured out logistics, make sure the first ever NFT buy. No one's talking about NFTs anymore. He waits till all NFTs, no one cares about NFTs now. CoffeeZilla, and he can't use Logan's name. Oh yeah, this is going to be a bunch of... I don't know. This is interesting, man. I feel like... Let me see. Rotten... Let me search this real quick. So I go Rotten Mango... I hope I didn't ruin Rotten Mango for you. I don't have all the research on it. I just was kind of hearing that from a source who was giving me some pretty reliable information in the past. Rotten Mango. Stephanie, maybe I just search her name. Rotten Mango. The thing is, she has so many videos that her SEO, she definitely uses SEO too. Wait, did this girl talk about her? I watched some of this girl's videos recently. I guess, okay, here's my quick, wait. So this is her other, maybe it was her other channel. Did she ever talk about it in a community post, maybe? Maybe on her other channel, her Stephanie Sue channel. Sandwich is live. Let me see here. Let's check this channel. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to look into it a little bit more. Maybe there's like, I know this isn't the best place to go, but maybe people on Reddit know about it. Let me see. Rotten. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Listen to all the true crime podcasts, and the stories are fascinating. The only thing I can remember was the whole Nico avocado. Oh! Remember? Okay. Maria, remember when you told me that? And you were like, have you heard of Rotten? And the first thing I said, I'm pretty sure I said, the name rings a bell, but I don't know who that is. That's why. For a while, I got wrapped up in the Nicocado. There was a bunch of crap going on with Nicocado for a while. And that name was paired. Okay. That's probably what I was thinking of. I've listened to all her true crime podcasts, and they're fascinating the way she tells. Really gets to listen. But I realize how insensitive she is. She puts her ads during a cliffhanger. Correct me if I'm wrong, but during her podcast, she's talking about the torture methods used on victims. As it starts talking about a book service and better help on top of that. Okay, that doesn't seem right. On top of that, there's a weird roleplay thing where she makes scenarios of whatever happened to these cutesy little voices talking about essays or children cases. Sometimes making jokes. Again, I'm reading a Reddit post right here. Reddit's not always the best source, so I'm kind of like digging right now. Sometimes even making jokes with her fiance right after telling the listener the most gruesome thing. It's one of those things where I have to watch. I don't want to be the guy that's like saying all this stuff and then people being like, all right, well, can't watch, you know what I mean? Like I have to like witness these things firsthand myself to like confirm them. I'm not just going to listen to a Reddit Andy. Maybe I'm reaching, but I never noticed her podcast gives me the biggest icks and she tries to cover it. Oh, tries to lighten the mood, but it's the way she mukbang took breaks in between telling us stories. I'm not trying to hate on her for no reason. Yes, I did listen to all her podcasts for true crime. It's just that really tuning into her pod and realizing how disrespectful and uneducated she does talk about very interesting crimes. Oh yeah, she does kind of do. Oh, that's not good. Okay, so it seems like this Reddit Andy has a good opinion. Interesting. The Gold Rush of content. What is this? Okay. I never liked her, to be honest. Aside from the fact that I found her so loud and hyper, it was jarring. She was so blatantly disrespectful, and I did see clips of her. By the way she speaks, you wouldn't think she's talking about a gruesome murder case, but just catching up on old times with a good friend. It's frankly disgusting that more critics try to profit off true crime. I guess that is a conversation of it in itself. Looking back, I do recognize her. I hope I'm not ruining her for you. I mean, maybe it's just like enlightening you, if anything. Oh God. Discussing is more crazy. Profiting. Nick made a video about this before, like the true crime makeup people. If you remember the video he made on that, I think that's a conversation in of itself. I mean, it's like if that's your thing, do it. There's certain things like maybe if it's like an essay case or whatever, it'd be weird to like make money off of that, I guess, or like a murder or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it'd be weird to make money off that. So maybe like doing stuff to like raise funds or something would be cool in those cases. She doesn't really seem like she realizes the victims are. She doesn't really seem like she realizes the victims are real people. It's like she's talking about a soap opera characters where no details too. Yeah, this is something that I get worried about really frequently on my channel. And you'll see me kind of like in videos at times, you'll see me kind of like talk about something and then I'll kind of rewind and then I'll kind of like give them like a human aspect of it. Like I'll give you a good example. In that video that I made talking about the Karen on the plane situation, there was a point in that video where I like went back and I was like, well, she was nice because she did this and that or whatever. And I like went back to a moment of like, that wasn't just me being like, this person's dumb or whatever. And people were getting mad at me for that in the comments. People were like, how could you say she's nice, but duh. And it's because I get worried oftentimes about things like this. Like, I always want to make sure that like I give people a human aspect, because I was talking about Nick Green. He made a video on it. It was one of his like earlier videos. It was like, here. Green is not Nick. True crime. It was this video that I was referring to a year ago. It was a pretty good video, actually, talking about it. He was just kind of like sitting at his desk chatting. It was kind of no different than what I'm doing right now. But I don't know. I guess this is an interesting Reddit thread on Rotten Mango Thoughts. This is 6 months ago. Not knocking. Okay, let's see. Cases, don't get me wrong, but trying to be cute, flirty, dirty. Well, ooh, I don't like this. Trigger warning, but I'm not going to read it out loud. But trying to be cute, flirty, dirty while explaining this. Now, see, this is where I back up. See, I'm going to do that thing that I was just talking about. I consciously do this all the time. But this Redditor pointed out nervous laughter. And to that, here, point out nervous laughter. And like, that's a thing that I feel like I do a lot. Or like, having some level of neurodivergence can cause you to like laugh when it's not appropriate or whatever. And that's like a normal reaction. Not like someone could be telling you some like really horrible thing and you could like accidentally laugh or something. But it's just because of like your makeup. It's not because you're like laughing like, oh, the person got injured. Ha ha ha. Like your body just does that. So maybe she's doing that, but you know, it was a podcast. Let's see. Simply because it's trendy and saw a TikTok. Huh. Interesting. Again, I don't want people to like, I don't go through these Reddit threads for people to like come to full conclusions and be like, oh, so you're going to read Reddit posts and then that's what you're going to think now? Like, I don't know. Again, I didn't go through it, but the evidence I do have is Maria, who watches it, and then that commenter who does watch all of them. And Maria down here had said, looking back on her podcast, I do recognize her doing that. So, I mean, we've got two people who watch it who have said that they've seen this. Now there's, I don't know, I guess that might make it a little bit hard for me to watch then. Because I'm like, I try to like be funny and stuff like that for the most part, but not try, but like I have like a goofy mannerism, I guess. But there's also a part of me that I'm sure you guys see that I'm kind of serious too. I compare myself probably most in like the commentary space to someone like, look at like Austin Green, Nick Green's brother's channel. He has a similar, I don't know what to call it, like similar, not attitude, but similar way of going about things that I do. And so I would say look at like Austin Green's channel. That's actually someone who would be good to do a collaboration with. I should hit up Austin. But yeah, it's kind of, we kind of have like, here. I'll just go to his channel. It's Austin Green. I'm getting better at streaming, dude. And it's not cocky to say. I actually feel good about streaming lately. Okay. So he made this video, like, girl-defined drama is off the rails.
Building your online business?
No, I'm not. Just kidding, I am, but I'm not. Okay.
Set up your store.
Today, we're talking about the latest drama surrounding Girl Defined and how the Christian sisters' new focus on selling courses has led to relationship rumors, a $30,000 fundraising goal, and dozens of unfortunate interactions with their Instagram bot. And I pulled together all of the details from their past year so you can get caught up on Girl Defined, whether you've heard about them before or not.
So I actually got to meet Austin not that many months ago. Like 3 months ago, I got to meet him. I ran into him at some place that I was at. It was really cool. But do you see what I'm talking about? Like, whoa, look at this. His video recommended Cody Ko's video. That's insane.
But first, hi.
You see what I mean? Like, I feel like he has like a similar mannerism that I do in a lot of cases. So what I'm trying to say, there's if I were watching Rotten Mango's podcast, I might come into it with a serious attitude and then be like, ooh. You know what I mean? But I will give her a chance still. I still will watch one. Because it's not fair for me to say this and then not watch it. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's probably it. I might, if you guys have any video suggestions, leave them in the comments. Type it in. Yeah. Let me know. That'd be great. I'd love to hear what you guys want to hear me talk about on this channel. I like to talk about current events that are happening, really, for the most part. And maybe I'll do like more raw breakdowns on my channel like this, where there's like not as much editing, because maybe sometimes less is more. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know your thoughts. Appreciate it. Anyone who watches these after the fact. If you're a VOD watcher, maybe you're making your coffee, you're making your breakfast, you're making your dinner. I don't know. You're out and about, you're in the train, you're in your car, and you got this on the back because you clicked on it. Thank you very much. This channel is a internet drama discussion channel after all. So thank you very much for being here. I think I will leave the stream now because I do have to do some actual work stuff. And we've had a long stream tonight. I think it's been hour and a half, something like that, maybe hour 40. So thank you. Thank you. I want to say thank you to Maria, thank you to Ryan, and thank you to Christopher. Appreciate you all being here. You guys are the freaking goats. And I will be back on Monday, and potentially tomorrow during the day, and potentially Saturday during the day since I work. And if I'm not back on live stream, then I'll be making a video. I'll be making one video, so stay tuned. Hasta la vista. Appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I don't know why there's balloons on the screen. That's kind of cool. Is anyone else seeing those? All right. Appreciate you guys. Bye-bye. Thank you. Have a good night. Get some good sleep. Remember to stay hydrated with your blank water bottle like me.